Hello and welcome. I'm Ijoma Onyaso. Tonight, Chibok community and Borno State government mark 2 years of the abduction of the schoolgirls. Parents demand renewed efforts on their rescue. Members of the Bring Back Our Girls hold commemorative sessions and rallies in Lagos and Abuja. Also showed video of abducted girls to parents for identification. The president calls for more patience from Chibok parents and other Nigerians, affirms that government will do everything to ensure rescue of the girls. Lagos Governor Akinwumi Ambode raises hope on eliminating traffic to begin construction of 4th Mainland Bridge. And mass protests in Zimbabwe as 92-year-old President Robert Mugabe says he'll run again.
On business news tonight, the president pledges to support free trade zones in the country.
On sports news tonight, Nigeria gets fair draw to face Sweden, Japan and Colombia in the football event of Rio 2016 Olympics.
And from Abuja, I'm Linda Kibe. Bill on the amendment of the Code of Conduct Tribunal passes second reading at the Senate.
Sani kowa Allah wanda yana sane cewa wannan wahala za ta faru akan kasar kifa. Sani ubangiji shirye-shiryen kwace ƴaƴan nan idan suna duniya ya Allah ka doke salamar su.
Now, it's been a day of sober reflection as parents, family members and the government gathered at Chibok town to commemorate the second anniversary of the missing schoolgirls. These women, looking downcast, traded blames over what may have caused the abduction of the girls by Boko Haram. The women, however, asked the authorities to speed up the rescue of the girls. The event, which started around 1 p.m, had in attendance the state governor Kashim Shettima, federal lawmakers and some members of the Federal Executive Council. The Minister of Environment, Amina Mohammed, who represented the president, said the government is committed to rescuing the girls and reuniting them with their parents. The governor of Borno State also speaks with the same optimism. We'll bring you a lot more of what happened today as we look at what's transpired today in Chibok. Well, the Bring Back Our Girls campaigners organized a march today, starting from the Unity Fountain and climaxing as planned at the presidency. However, a human barricade formed by officers of the Nigerian police stopped members of the Bring Back Our Girls group from gaining access into the villa. That did not, however, stop the campaigners from continuing with their planned itinerary at the presidency, which ended with a press conference. The chairman of the Chibok community says that its members have continued to grieve over the fate of the girls and are asking the federal government to step up efforts to find them. Our correspondent Omelogo Nadi reports.
Bring back our girls now. What are we asking for?
As early as 9 o'clock Thursday morning, members of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign group gather at the Unity Fountain in Abuja, same way they have done almost every afternoon since May 2014.
Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our girls.
The gathering is symbolic. It is exactly 2 years since the Chibok schoolgirls were abducted. And so the group, which includes some family members of the missing girls, is set to march to the presidential villa to leave a message for the president.
What do we want? Our girls back now and alive. Do we want? Our girls back now and alive.
But their march is truncated at the outskirts of the presidential villa gate by the federal secretariat, where a detachment of police officers barricade stands between them and their destination.
What are we?
No problem, the group says. as they deliver their message to the president right there by first asking the government to act fast to rescue the girls, some of which some parents have just identified in recent pictures on CNN.
Boko Haram has ended, that he has defeated Boko Haram, and yet we have not seen even one of our daughters. What have we done to Nigeria?
We are seeking for our girls. But he is a father also. As far as we did not beg the Boko Haram to kidnap our girls, we did not invite them to Chibok. I'm not praying for any parent to experience what I'm going through.
Some of the major demands by the group is that government investigates every case of kidnapping, whether or not it is related to Chibok, set up a missing persons verification bureau, as well as a rehabilitation platform for victims of insurgency.
We have also advocated for urgent actions by our government and its local and international partners to address the monumental humanitarian crisis in the northeast region of Nigeria and begin to restore order and peace in destroyed communities.
From the Chibok community, the call on government is for a special search and rescue team for the girls, as well as perseverance on the part of the Nigerian army.
Kada wishes to use this opportunity to appeal to Mr. President to set up a special search and rescue team with a special mandate to locate and rescue the Chibok girls.
The co-convener of the group, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, reassures Nigerians that the movement is apolitical, with interests focused on good governance alone.
Those who have misrepresented our advocacy to be some politics need to be mindful of the fact that politics has not delivered anything valuable to any of our Chibokers.
731 days is no joke, they say, and too long a time for young girls to be left at the mercy of insurgents and away from home. But they are not giving up until the girls are back and alive. But they say government must act now and leverage on the new information available.
What are we fighting for?
Omelogo, Nadi Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, a video appearing to show proof of life of some of the kidnapped Chibok girls is being aired, along with images of tearful parents recognizing their daughters, unheard of since the mass abduction by the Islamic extremist group Boko Haram 2 years ago. CNN showed the video, believed to have been made in December, of the girls wearing the Islamic hijab covering and one mother reaching out to the computer screen as she recognized her daughter.
Anxiety obviously enveloped them. Some parents of the missing Chibok schoolgirls. It may be 2 years since they were taken, but the anxiety written on them is evident of just how much they have missed their children. Esther Yakubu here, her daughter, was one of the abducted schoolgirls. Watching closely the newly released video, she's disappointed that her girl is not there. Sad and downcast, she weeps as her neighbor consoles her. But are those girls in the video really the Chibok school girls?
I saw our girls, and through their Chibok girls, I recognize some of them because we are in the same area with them. So I recognize them. They are the Chibok girls.
2 years is a long time in the life of a girl, especially an adolescent. It appears a lot has changed about the girls too. Esther Yakubu identifies so.
Because they have changed, not the way they kidnapped them. 2 years ago, they are not like this. But today, they are 2 years on at their other years. So they are changed.
It might be relieving that the video is a sign that the girls are alive, at least from the narrative of the use of young girls as suicide bombers. But there is a sign of skepticism from some of the Chibok parents.
Maybe they take that video 2 months after adoption, we don't know. Maybe a year after the adoption, we don't know. But actually that video, even though we are still to authenticate, it brings another hope.
As the campaigners march on with solidarity songs on their lips, what may perhaps change the agitation will be the news of the safe return of the Chibok school girls. Then, the efforts of these Nigerians may be said to have been rightly rewarded.
Meanwhile, the president has reassured parents and relatives of the abducted girls that he'll not spare any effort to ensure their safe return. In a statement from the presidency, President Muhammadu Buhari urged the parents to continue to be patient and understanding as the government continues to work to see the girls return unharmed. The president thanked all Nigerians, religious and civil organizations, and also the international community for their continued sympathy, support and prayers for the girls. In part 2, after the break, we'll bring you more on the second anniversary of the missing Chibok schoolgirls, and that's in a moment. Do stay with us.